Good morning. It's time again for the pre-market PulseScan, and you're listening live with Dex the Algo Capitalist, aka the Vulcan, coming to you live from PulseWaveTrading.com. The only reason why I sound weird is because
it's not April Fool's, but hey, I want to get a jump start on things. Remember, rally and crash alerts are forward looking. So, corny joke of the morning. Dun, 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 done. All right, you're back, you guys. I tell you, we have been having such a time in these markets. They have been off the chain, off the wall, sporadic, erratic, irrational. I've never seen markets like this ever. And I've been doing this for a very long time. This market action that we have been seeing surpasses 1987, 2000, 2001, 2010, May 6, you name it, 2008. Choose your date. This is the most volatile markets I've ever seen in my life. Up 1,000 points, down 1,000 points. It's like it's nothing, like just seesawing back and forth. A plethora of news that has come out. Remember, I warned you guys last night. I said these are news-driven markets right now. News-driven markets are the most dangerous markets in the world. But we not scared, right? We ain't scared. We are not scared. All right. We still got to trade these markets. So you just have to use your wisdom, knowledge, and understanding along with these pulse waves so that you can get your money. So let's do this because we got a lot to talk about. So let's take a look at this overnight real quick. And I'll make sure I have enough time at the end so everyone can get their tickets up in there. What up, Cray America? What up, peoples? All right, so give me a second here. Pull this up. All right, so let's start with the Dow futures. Dow futures are down 620 points at 26,347. Even the S&P 500, I'm sorry, the NASDAQ 100 is down 191.5 at 8705. Even the S&P 500 is down 72.5 points at 3042.25. Russell down 33.2 at 1489.10. Bitcoin futures up $430 at 91.90. Nat gas down a penny at 181. Crude oil futures are at $46.97 a barrel, up 22 cents. The long bond is back up over a point now, a point in 1/32 at 173 and 5/32. Gold futures up $12.70 at 1655.70. And silver futures are up a penny at $17.26 an ounce. The dollar in free fall down 35 at 96.98. And we got the euro yen down 18 at 119.49. The euro is up 44 at 111.90. Pound sterling up 55 at 129.25. And the Aussie down 24 pips at 65.91. Going into the food, beans are down 5 at 902.25 after rallying up to 912.5. Corn down 4 at 381 even and bouncing off the low of 379.75 in the overnight. All right, so scanning for 2-bar Charlie setups this morning. Doesn't look like we're going to be getting any. Yesterday's 2-bar Charlie was magnificent, as they always are. Let's see, they tend to be very forward-looking. and they just are what they are. All right, let's see here. Still scanning. I don't see anything. Nothing's coming up today. We do got a lot of crash alerts. I gave you some of which last night, and they're already playing out. We did talk about many crash alerts in last night's end of day report. So if you missed the end of day report, you can go ahead and click on that. Watch that after you watch this one, because I go into some of the ones we're looking for today anyhow. Let's see. I will just run over some of the notable ones for you. There are a lot, which explains why the market is down the way it is. Let's see. Primary crash alerts for the day. You got gold, you got crude oil, you got Chesapeake Energy, you got the euro, you got the bonds, TLT. So we'll see. Some of these may not play out because those were some of the primary ones I just gave you, but on the secondary ones, it's across the board. U.S. stock indexes, Apple Computer, Google, American Airlines has what we call a I can't get my brain right this morning. We have a narrow range breakout alert in American Airlines because we have a primary rally alert followed by a secondary crash alert. So this one is squeezing out of the range. Amazon crash alert, Best Buy, Bank of America, Boeing, Bitcoin. So some of these that we have here are all, it's messed up because what the system does is it looks at, the supply and demand issues in real time, and it lets you know where the money flows are going. And in today's markets, because of panic selling, things like that, the markets are just totally out of whack. Like really, not even playing around, you guys. It's like crazy. All right, so it's one of those things that we're just gonna have to, I guess, really buckle down a little bit. Okay, now in the pre-market, Nugget is up. Nugget closed yesterday at $31.40. Right now, the bid-ask spread is $32.50 bottom and $32.60 top. All right, so that's what's happening with your Nugget for right now. As far as any system readings on Nugget, Nugget does have a secondary crash alert on it today. Yeah, so I don't know if that's going to trigger or not, being that the market is up because gold, is up a little bit today. So, like I said, it's news driven. The markets can be going one direction one moment, and then the next moment they're doing something totally different because a news item has come out. So let's get right into that. There's a lot to talk about today, folks. We got a lot to talk about. All right, so first and foremost, stocks tumble as coronavirus fears overpower the stimulus efforts. Investors have stopped backing riskier assets once again as they lose their optimistic side regarding the coordinated action of central banks around the world. PetroChina declares force majeure on imports. China's top gas importer notified several suppliers that it wouldn't be able to fulfill its contracts following the coronavirus outbreak, four sources told Reuters. Remember, we talked about this yesterday. People ain't trying to hear that. Apple pulls out of South by Southwest Festival amid coronavirus outbreak. The iPhone maker joined Facebook in withdrawing from the annual music and technology event. Tesla quietly downgraded the chips for some Model 3 vehicles, and owners are furious. The electric car maker apologized for the confusion and blamed supply chain problems caused by coronavirus. That is a lie. Remember what I told you what they're doing now? They are playing the average customer for a fool, and then when they get busted, they blame the coronavirus. The coronavirus didn't make the decision for you to put those chips out there. You were trying to you needed cash. You were bleeding and burning cash. So you figure, okay, how am I going to get more cash? I can't borrow more cash. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get these cars out, and we'll deal with the rest later because we need that inflow of money. We need those sales numbers. Thinking people are stupid and don't know what you did. Hugo Boss predicts coronavirus will hit sales, particularly in Asia. The German fashion house expects currency-adjusted sales to grow between 0 and 2% this year. No, people are not shopping in your stores as much. Has nothing to do with the virus. You were struggling before the virus. HP rejects Xerox's raised takeover offer. The U.S. printer maker increased its offer last month by $2 to $24 per share after the PC maker rejected its previous buyout offers. British regional airline Flybe, or Flybe, whatever, enters administration. The already struggling carrier failed to withstand the plunge in travel demand caused by the coronavirus outbreak. No, I'm going to tell you what's happening. Your numbers were going down prior to the coronavirus. Let's keep it 100. The same thing that Fly Eye Independence Air went through is the same thing you are going through. Now you want to blame the coronavirus for this. Again, sorry, the more these stories come out, the more this looks like a coordinated effort by everybody so that they can blame the struggling on the coronavirus, so they could have a backstory, so that they could have an excuse, so they could have a way to cover up a financial global collapse. And it's not a collapse in the sense of you think. There is no collapse. It's a rollover. It's a switching. It is a unveiling. It is the destruction of an old system to make way for the new system. All right. So European stocks and U.S. futures are down. In Europe, Germany's DAX fell 1.6%. Britain's FTSE 100 fell 1.7%. And the Euro Stoxx 50 fell 1.7%. In Asia, China's Shanghai Composite rose 2%. Hong Kong's Hang Seng rose 2.1%. And Japan's Nikkei rose 1.1%. In the U.S. futures, underlying the Dow Jones Industrial Average, S&P 500 and NASDAQ fell by 1.7% to 1.8%. It's another big earnings day. Costco and Kroger are the highlights. Key data is coming out. Keep an eye on initial jobless claims and a raft of Fed speeches. Like I said, the economy is crumbling and they need a scapegoat, and they need one now. They need one fast. So this is what they're doing. All right, they're giving it up like this because they need to. They don't have a choice. All right, people, they don't have a choice. This is a coordinated effort to cover stuff up. All right, boys and girls, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to put on your big boy pants and your big girl pants and get ready because now we have to go in. I need to give you the behind the scenes stuff that affects these markets, and then you'll be able to understand the approach and the methodology that is being employed so that we can extract our coins. Because yes, we still have to trade these markets. I don't care how crazy they are, you still got to trade these markets. All right, so I'm going to show you how we're going to trade these markets, but you do need to know the backstory so you can see the big picture. All right, first thing, in the eye of the storm, futures plunge on surge in virus cases. California state of emergency. See, this is the propaganda that has been coming out in the overnight markets that is spooking the markets. We were up over 1,100 points in the Dow at the close. Now you're down almost 650 points. See what I'm saying? So peep this. After yesterday's torrid surge, which saw the Dow Jones soar by nearly 1,200 points for the second day in 3. U.S. equity futures tumbled alongside European stocks on Thursday as cases of the coronavirus surged in the U.S. of A. California announced a state of emergency. Switzerland reported its first COVID-19 death, and fears about the pandemic re-emerged front and center as traders once again realized that central banks are powerless to reverse the change in consumer behavior that is shutting down entire parts of the global economy on fears the pandemic will be here for a long time. Treasuries rallied with the yen and gold. See what I'm saying? Now they just set the stage for you that this is going to be here for a long time. See, they get to avoid the history books saying, you know, the depression of the 2020s, the Great Depression of the 2020s. This time they can say it was blamed on a global pandemic instead of it was based on failed capitalism. Ouch. Did I say that? Yes, I did. Let it sink in for a minute. Failed capitalism. All right. I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee and you think about what I just said. What do I mean by failed capitalism? Failed capitalism. It doesn't mean that the capitalist system has failed. It means that the players, the movers and shakers, those that are the shot callers in the arena of capitalism have gone rogue. They have gone corrupt. Any system or structure can become corrupted. When you allow corruption to enter into your ranks, it doesn't matter what the organizational structure is. It doesn't matter the form of government. Corruption is corruption. Corruption is a virus that is worse than the coronavirus. Corruption kills more people than any virus. It doesn't just kill them physically, it kills them spiritually, mentally, emotionally, financially. All right? It destroys and obliterates the human being in all aspects of life. Corruption is a terrible thing, but yet we keep allowing the corruption to fester and attack and destroy, to kill, steal, and destroy. That is what's happening right now. A Beijing hospital confirms COVID-19 attacks central nervous system. That is not the flu, folks. That's what weapons do. Human beings, corrupt, evil, wicked human beings have found out and discovered a way to deliver and weaponize viruses of all types. You can be a virgin who's never even been in a relationship and contract a venereal disease or even HIV and not even be a drug user or have yourself any type of blood plasma treatments or anything and still get it. They've figured out a way to deliver the most deadly pathogens and viruses known to man. They have found ways to deliver them to the masses, not just singling out individuals, but also to the masses. Have you ever wondered why it seems like whenever like high priority persons go to prison, if they don't have an accident and die in the prison by an accident, they always get cancer? Have you noticed that? Every single last one of them die of some sort of cancer. You don't think that was delivered to them? That is not a coincidence. There's no such thing as coincidence. You name your villain, they die of some type of virus, some type of infection, some type of cancer, because it's delivered to them. This is not strange. Beijing Detan Hospital, affiliated to the Capital Medical University, said on March 4th that the first patient with novel coronavirus pneumonia complicated with encephalitis was discharged from the hospital on February the 25th. Now, the director of the ICU at the hospital presided over the treatment of the patient. He reminded that patients with conscious disturbances must consider the possibility that the virus may attack the central nervous system. At present, patients with new type of coronavirus pneumonia can be combined with multiple organ damages such as severe respiratory distress syndromes, ARDS, myocardial damage, abnormal coagulation function, kidney damage, liver damage, etc. However, no central nervous system involvement has been reported. The case report is the first in the world. You don't think that's going to spook a market? Yeah. Fauci warns outbreak could overwhelm U.S. healthcare system. California declares state of emergency. LAX screener tested positive for the virus. New York has reported another 5 cases, raising the total to 11. Dr. Fauci says up to 20% of COVID-19 cases could require hospitalization. Trump confirms he'll sign emergency virus package. California reports first death, bringing U.S. total to 11. South Korea reports 438 new cases. Deaths climb to 35. Pence says U.S. death toll has climbed to 10. The U.S. House has passed a $8.3 billion to fight the virus. Italy finally confirmed school closure. Italy will ban public events and close cinemas and theaters, even though the government denied an earlier ANSA report that the country would also close schools and universities momentarily. All right, Florida reports its 4th case. The CDC investigates cruise ship Grand Princess linked to cluster of cases in NorCal. Italy urges elderly people to stay indoors if possible. Iraq confirms 3rd death. Slovenia confirms 1st case. Brazil records 3rd case. Ecuador confirms 3 new cases, raising total to 10. This is fear porn at its finest, folks. Pence confirms after meeting airline execs that travelers from Italy and South Korea would be tested multiple times. German finance minister declares outbreak a global pandemic. California joins Washington and Florida in declaring state of emergency. Russia blames enemies for spreading fake news about outbreak. Let me go back a second. California joins the state of Washington and Florida in declaring states of emergencies. Are you starting to see a pattern here? What were the 2 biggest states in the union to fall and suffer during the housing debacle with Freddie and Fannie Mae? It was Florida and California. Notice how you keep hearing the number 11. 11. Russia blames enemies for spreading fake news about outbreak. Israel urges people to stop shaking hands, will quarantine travelers from most of Europe. EU reports a 2nd coronavirus case at its headquarters in Brussels. France has reported 28 new coronavirus cases, bringing the total to 285. You can't make this stuff up, people. You cannot make this stuff up. UK cases surged by 34 to a total of 85, a 66% surge. China reported 119, which is 9/11 in reverse. additional coronavirus cases and 38 additional deaths. You can't get around it, can we, people? And then there's your 11. 3 plus 8 is 11. 9, 11, 11. South Korea reported 809 additional coronavirus cases and 4 additional deaths. Has carried out 136,000 tests. Let that one sink in just for a little bit. Israel quarantines group of soccer fans. Official Iranian death toll hits 92. Saudi suspends Irma pilgrimage. I'm sorry. Yeah. Umrah. I'm terrible with this pronunciation. Japan confirms 3 more cases from Osaka. Reports that South Korea has reported 438 new cases of the novel coronavirus, bringing the national total to 5,766. Most of the new cases were identified in the southeastern, Daegu, a city of 2.5 million, and the epicenter of the outbreak. As of Thursday morning in Seoul, the death toll has climbed to 35, mostly elderly patients with underlying illnesses. So basically, worldwide, we can say that there's been at least, 100,000 cases? I don't know. Can y'all still hear me? I don't know if y'all can still hear me. I think my earphone just went out. Are we good in the hood? Somebody tell me, can you still hear me? Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Okay, great. Great. Normally I have some kind of, where I can hear in my headset, but it went out and I can't hear anymore. Okay. All right. So anyway, you guys can see the pattern here, right? There are patterns everywhere, man. Everywhere. And we're not stupid. We see what's going on. So I want to stress to you guys, if you see profit, man, don't be shy to take that profit. You can't be greedy because we're not trending anymore. We're in a news cycle driven market environment. And what that means is you can't trust what you see happening. 1 minute, a piece of good news will come in. Next moment, bam, they'll report some other outrageous fear porn and people run in fear. You're seeing the fear markets right now. And they're letting you know, oh, this is going to be protracted for some time. So I think what's going to end up happening here is the game plan as I see it based on the algos. All right, here we go. I believe what they are gearing and setting us up for is they're going to let this panic thing go back and forth for a little bit more. And then they're going to let the story die out like they did yesterday. Notice how you didn't hear the story in the news cycle yesterday, and that allowed the markets to rally. They're going to, now that they have got everyone conditioned to this as being the new norm, they'll use it whenever they need to push forth the agenda. So this is them saying, we own this, we control this, you don't, do what we say if you want to be safe, because it all boils back down to people's safety. People want to feel safe. All right, so that is what we are experiencing right now, and here is how you can prosper when everybody else is bugging. All right, you don't want to be one of those people that are just reactionarily bugging. You want to be on the side that is winning. So this is how you do that without losing sleep. Okay, you got to get the price triggers. Number one, you cannot navigate these markets without it. You need to know what's coming before it comes, and you need to know how to navigate it, because you still got to trade these markets. I'm still putting tickets in myself. Yes, I will have some tickets in today. So I want you guys to remember what I said to you. is you may want to try the weekly approach. The weekly intraday price inflection points sometimes jive, down to the penny on the daily one. Sometimes it's a little bit different, but either way, you won't get hurt. And that's what this is about. At the end of the day, you don't want to get hurt. All right, now it's still early in the day. The opening bell has just been upon us, but here's how it's looking. Everything is green on the screen right now. So the primary rally alerts are not playing out at the moment. People have taken their money off the table. The money that was on the table from yesterday, what you're seeing on the opening bell is actually profit taking. You haven't seen the shorts come out yet. You'll know that the shorts have come out because the overnight lows will be blown right past. And that hasn't happened yet in the stock index futures, okay? So keep a level head about you and go ahead and do what you got to do. Me, myself, I like that American Airlines for the bounce, but I'm going to use the weekly perspective as my price inflection point entry into that. So I will post in the trading room in a few minutes after I finish getting all my tickets in, and then I'll let you know what I got. And if you want to follow along with me, you can do so. All right. So with that being said, I will see you all back here this evening with the end of day report, and the rest of you I will see in the trading room. You guys, we do have a free trading room as well as our premium trading room. So come on over to PulseWaveTrading.com and set yourself up with a free account. That way you can get access to the free trading room. And if you're really serious about breaking bread with us, come on over to the premium trading room. You can start for as low as $69. Take advantage of the special while it's here. My goal is to help as many people as possible during these turbulent times. And the best way I see fit to do that is put some money in your pocket. All right, PulseWaveTrading.com. And remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. Peace, and I'm out.